And a closely watched debate over allowing neighborhoods outside downtown St. Petersburg to petition for resident-only parking restrictions happening right now at City Hall.
And supporters say it could protect residents from overflow parking, but critics worry it could make the parking situation even worse for them. 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Eric Glasser explains what's at stake.
Well, City Council is considering this controversial parking proposal tonight, one that could dramatically change who's allowed to park on some of the area's neighborhood public streets.
Isn't that life, you know?
Folks like Michael Ricardo say they're glad to hear that city leaders are considering a new ordinance to let neighborhoods outside downtown petition for resident-only parking restrictions.
Yeah, I'm sure people who have homes, who have families, don't want their parking spaces taken. So, I mean, it makes sense.
The proposal comes as the city pushes for denser development along major corridors like the Sunrunner route, where parking requirements for new businesses and developments are being reduced or eliminated.
If you're going to make it to where businesses don't need to have parking, where you can't park on public streets, we have to better the transportation system and just public parking in general.
Supporters of the proposal say if local shops and restaurants have fewer parking spaces, even more visitors will end up parking in neighborhoods like historic Kenwood, where parking is already spilling onto side streets during busy weekends and events.
I understand it's in front of your house, but it's a public street. It belongs to everybody.
For Al Green, who owns one of those local businesses, it's not that simple. Parking, he says, is already limited.
Where are my customers supposed to park? Where are my employees supposed to park? Where are people going to come in the door if they can't, park anywhere near here?
Under this new proposal, neighborhoods would first have to collect support from 2/3 of affected residents, then petition the city to create resident-only parking during certain hours, with decals for those who live there. The city would then conduct a parking study, and only if 75% of local spots are taken, and at least a quarter of those vehicles belong to non-residents, would the restrictions be imposed. This meeting is a first step. The ordinance still faces a second reading and another public hearing before city leaders could vote to enact the new parking rules. So those who want to share their opinion will still have a chance to do that. In St. Petersburg, Eric Glasser, 10 Tampa Bay News.
And just minutes ago, council members voted to advance the proposal to a second reading at a council vote scheduled for June 11th. The same proposal would also double the annual residential parking permit fee from $15 to $30 a year.